welcome once again to another episode of Beyond the Title. Now, we do this every single Thursday, and we are here to speak with exceptional professionals with extraordinary experiences. Joining us today is Marta Ogorkiewicz from Selsey. Welcome, Marta.
Hello, Steve. It's great to be here. Such an honor to be
Hey.
invited.
It is a pleasure to have you. It is a pleasure to have you. By the way, your setting is a little different from when I normally have a call with you. So where are you?
Oh, I'm in a lovely place right now. My very old and very good friend of mine has invited me, as she lives for last 10 years in Switzerland. So already I'm visiting
Wow.
Switzerland, and we are spending some time outside of the city right now. So I can share a lovely view I do have right
Please
now.
do, please do. Where are we
I,
in the world right now?
I wish to
Oh,
have a kind of a view at my regular place, but unfortunately, it's just
that is
sometimes.
beautiful. By the way, where in Switzerland is this? That mountain
Oh,
range
it's
is just beautiful.
the place is called Flims, and it's very close to extremely popular resort, which is called Lux.
Oh,
So
awesome.
quite a popular region and very very nice place. I strongly recommend. Love reviews. Wonderful place, and it's so positive, to see that much sun, that much snow. It's quite unregular for Poland nowadays, which I'm usually based.
But
Which is
that's a beautiful view. And by the way, you are into sports quite a lot. And I think the picture we have is you doing some kind of a sport or coming out from some sport. What was that picture about?
I'm very fond of kite surfing. As I really love water, I like the speed and challenge connected to the controlling all the stuff.
Awesome.
I'm not very good at this. I still didn't pass the basic exam for the basic license, but it gives me a lot of fun. And actually, the photo you have is from one of my trips where actually I dedicated my whole time. I was spending on kite surfing like 4 hours a day or even more with
Wow.
the trainer. But the circumstances were pretty challenging because it was around January and it was pretty
All
windy.
right.
So probably it was the hardest way to learn how to kite surf on the, with the waves twice as high as I am, and because when you are at the very beginning, you need to walk a lot because you
Of
just
course.
kite for a short distance,
Distance. Uh-huh.
and then you have to go back by foot, again go into the sea, and start. And it is really tiring when you go against the wind and against the water and against the waves. So basically, the kite surfing was extremely pleasurable if you compare it to the rest of the
You see,
exercise.
I'm comparing kite surfing to your life right now, Marta, because we've been in touch for a while. I've known your story around Allegro before, and then how you move from different positions, building out your team now at Selsey, the work you've put in, getting that omnichannel experience, which is amazing. By the way, not talking about work right now, but about you, right? I understand, your job is what defines you, or you define your life through everything that you do. So what is your Ikigai? What is that, your philosophy of life that gets you out of bed every morning?
Well, there is a few things, but I fully agree. It's actually I'm pretty passionate about my job, and I think it is quite good to be, as it is a huge part of your life. So as much as I follow my sport activities and I really like it and enjoy it, I would say pretty often my job also is very intriguing and keeping a lot of my attention into what is going on. I was thinking about your question before, and I think the stuff which is most exciting for me and most important for me is something on the cross of strategy and
Yes.
I would say justice.
I like that. I like that. Justice. Yes, that's a good philosophy of life. And justice can mean so many different things, right? I mean, it's not just justice fighting for
Yeah,
something, but just fighting for what is right, or being where you want to be right.
I would say it's being fair, and it's actually it refers to plenty of areas of our life, not only business activities. Well, of course, many times I'm wrong on or or maybe not the best orientated or something, but I find it pretty important. You know, I'm not a kind of I don't know. I'm not an activist. I'm not a person who is in the front line of I don't know, screaming about the right things for someone, for the earth, for the people, for women, children, whatever. But I think and I feel like I got kind of other power, and I can use it, and I can do just smart marketing campaigns, which sometimes
See,
I'm able to
I'm
sneak some.
guessing the next question is definitely going to bring out a lot more of your justice part. But if life were a movie, what role would you play?
Oh, definitely my favorite character, and the one I think kind of embodies my approach to plenty of stuff is a Deadpool. I
Deadpool.
yeah, it should be there should be somewhere a female version of Deadpool, but still, and by the way, I'm very fond of all the comic movies. Like I'm very fond of the Batman series, the Avengers, and the
Oh,
other stuff.
nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Are
But
you a
actually,
Marvel's fan or a DC fan? Do you make a difference, or you're like I
uh,
like all of them?
I would say Marvel is a bit more entertaining, but DC still has some nice titles. So I just like the comic stuff, and also it goes also way beyond because it also refers to other areas like anime stuff and some maybe some more classic series. But definitely Deadpool is my favorite, and if I could be the other person, other life, I definitely would like to be at that school.
See, I know now why Alp loves working with Selsey's team, not just yourself, not just Veronica, but yourself as well, because he's a huge Deadpool fan, but
Oh,
also a
really?
Marvel series fan. Yeah. So whenever I get to Poland,
Yeah.
we normally talk about some of the different characters that they have in the Marvel universe and the movies that are coming out. Wow, we start off with Deadpool. I like that, and Justice. So you have been executive.
Everything is kind of connected.
Of course. But by the way, you mentioned that this Q4 has been crazy for you, and not just for you, but for most companies around, right? E-commerce has been on overdrive. It could be because of the way things are. It could be because people are going more and more into the digital side of things. So, what is that one app that keeps you sane? That you it keeps you more structured and sane?
Well, in the area of my personal life, I do have two apps, and sadly, one of them is going to be shut down.
Oh,
Yes, I'm very old, very engaged and old user of Endomondo, which
oh.
is going to be shut down as probably it does not fit the business anymore or something like this. So definitely I need to transfer somewhere all of my results to still be able to take a look how good I was some time ago. Uh, and the second one is Headspace, which is
Headspace. I do like
yeah,
Headspace. Yeah.
yeah, which is pretty popular, I guess, and it's kind of about the meditation stuff, but also I would say massively calming. So for my routine, it's um, definitely I need some sports to stay sane, but also some calming stuff as I experience definitely a lot of things in my regular life, and professional and private and everything. Still is going on, changing, beginning, ending. So a few minutes of
You're into
calm.
yoga as well, right? You're into, from what I remember, I think you're into yoga, you're into meditation. It really helps you stay more grounded as well. Not to mention, you are very athletic in itself.
I would consider the word very, but yeah, I like plenty of sports. Actually, I run, I ride a bike, I hike,
Wow.
I swim. Actually, plenty of this stuff. But not too professional in
You,
anything. I
you know,
just do it for pleasure.
when we are back to traveling again, by the way, I'm very surprised. A lot of our BTT guests, like yourself, are into running, into a healthy lifestyle, really. So hopefully, if everything goes really well by next October, we will be able to go to Istanbul for the Istanbul run. It's both from
Wow.
the Asia to the Europe side,
All right.
and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, there right now, that if we do get the chance to do so, I'll definitely invite you along with Mazen, along with Monica Schulz, all of whom who've been on to BTT, lovely people like yourself. I'd love to see you guys just get together. It's a community run, let's say, and we run, it's either 5, 10, 15, 20, or even 40K runs, but we run from the Asia to the Europe side. And that
Wow,
is
that's
just
so
a
cool.
beautiful run across the Bosphorus. Oh yeah.
I'd love to participate. Sounds really, really nice. How hot is on this time in Istanbul? It's
In
October.
October, well, I was there last year, which was also the time I joined Insider, so I've just completed
Oh,
1 year. Yay! um,
congrats and very, very good job, by the way, Steve.
thank
I
you.
wouldn't say it's just a year because there's plenty of stuff actually. You run, you completed, you
Thank you.
started. So it feels like you are there like 5 years or something.
We joke about it at Insider that everyone who works at Insider for a year works for 5, 10 years because everyone's so dedicated, so passionate that I would feel left behind if I didn't give it my 200%. But no, thank you so much for that, Marta. But no, speaking about the temperature in Istanbul, it was around 15 to 20 degrees. We started off early morning, so it was around 6:45, and that was
All
about
right.
15 degrees. But by the time I ended it was 22 degrees, which was really awesome. I was feeling more elated that I could run 5K. I'm not a runner, by the way.
All
I
right.
Yeah. So I ran 5K. I was like, wow, this feels like I've done something. I was pumped. But
Yeah.
I'd love to share the same with all of you guys. Really, it's just such an amazing
That
experience.
that is true, and that is always great.
Awesome.
That's good.
Hey,
Looking
so
forward.
now, what was your first job? What was the challenge in your first job, by the way?
Oh my god. I don't know. I'm not sure regarding challenge. If I was aware, it was a challenge. Depends on what you're asking. Because my first professional job was actually I was a salesperson in the B2B business.
Awesome.
I would say not that awesome. Awesome as I
Did-
hate sales. Actually,
really?
I'm not good at it at all, and I deeply admire all the people who are professional in it and can professionally conduct all the contacts, contracts, processes, and the stuff. Actually, I'm much more into strategizing, analyzing, planning, executing, but more like behind the scene rather than in front of it. So it's not actually my favorite area. I would say the challenge was uh, it was the job itself. It was pretty challenging because of course, before I had some few summer jobs or some random jobs like I don't know. Lawn mowing, car washing,
Very
I don't
character
know.
building jobs, actually. Very character building jobs.
Yes, especially for example, my father was an owner of the production facility, so I was, for example, during holidays responsible for cleaning in the places and the stuff, and but it was not, just low responsibility summer jobs. So probably, of course, you are driven to get some money to to be able to spend it
But you're
somewhere.
also just as young, by the way. So if they would have thrown a lot of responsibility at you, I think you would have just burnt out that summer going, I don't want this. This is not what jobs should be like.
Absolutely, absolutely. So my real first job was pretty challenging because actually that was the first time when I needed to be dedicated to something which I uh, chosen by myself, of course. So it was my decision, but it was not based on any uh, particular data or experiences or something, and it was kind of lucky guess. Let's try this thing, and let's see how it's gonna be. And actually, it was not very nice. Definitely character building, but well, your first experiences. So for me, it was really challenging uh, to try to be good and professional while not fully believe on what I was doing, because for
Right.
me sales is a bit shady, and but this is just my approach. It's not like it is needed. It is very important job, and I really deeply admire people who do it. It's not for me, so it was kind of
So
inner conflict.
keeping that in mind. Now, I know because of your job at Selsey, right? What is the biggest leadership challenge that you go through? What is the, especially this year has been a challenge for most leaders. So what's the biggest leadership challenge you're going through right now?
Mm, I would say it's a constant challenge, regardless the times. Um, and it is understanding the needs of your team,
Yeah.
and clear communication and clear goals. So again, I'm, for example, not very fond of rules, definitions. You should do
Rigid
this.
rules.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm definitely much more fond of freedom and creativity, but also responsibility at the same time. So for me, very challenging is to communicate right what I expect, but still not bringing any restrictions, any super particular tasks. You should do this. On the other hand, I kind of tend to do it because I already have in mind some kind of solution, and guys should do this, which is very very bad because they are creative, they are very intelligent, and they very often are able to bring much better solution that I can think about because they are closer to their tasks and systems. So
The best people on the planet have been rebels. They've never, achieved anything by just following the same old rule structures, that have always been there. For example, the first smartphone was basically a rebel against the idea
kind
that
of.
it can't just be for taking notes or sending out SMSs or mails. That was the idea behind the first smartphone, the first CD player. Basically, was going against the first cassette out there. Going, no, we don't need to keep pushing everything to a magnetic strip. We could actually magnetize it onto a disk, and God bless, now we have got amazing storage devices because of it.
That is true. That is
So what are your hopes for the future? You are the rebel with an amazing cause. So what is your hopes for the future?
uh, well, maybe I don't know. I would say it is kind of consistent with of what all I have said before, but maybe a little bit contradictory. As well, my hopes for future are first of all hopes. I would say it started from a bit other angle, as I think because of the times we are living already, we are going to live very, very long because the progress in medicine, in healthy lifestyle and the stuff. So, and I'm also from a very long living family without
Gosh,
those, yeah, without those.
many more years to come for mom, dad, grandparents. Hopefully, there's a lovely long line of Ogorkiewicz there.
That is true. That is true. So I definitely expect I'm gonna live somewhere around 120, 130
Oh,
years.
perfect.
Yeah,
You and I will keep
I
each other company then.
maybe I don't know because it's incredibly hard to imagine what is going to happen in here in 60 years, for example.
Yeah.
Uh, Take into consideration how fast everything is evolving and changing. So my hopes around this are that we won't burn on our planet because I would still like to enjoy this lovely snow or uh, something like 25-degree temperature rather than 60 or something else. So my hopes mostly are around people stay healthy, sane, and we keep living nice life.
Amen to that. Amen to that. I'm hoping and praying that will come to pass for sure. What is the one weird fact about you? You are kind of an adrenaline junkie as well. You do amazing number of sports. You've jumped out of a plane. What is the one weird fact about you?
I did jump out of the plane. That was the part of the free fall when you are
Yeah.
already outside the plane. It is really chilling and relaxing and it's really calming. And it's a very nice experience for me. But actually, before the jump out, I must admit my whole instinct was screaming to me, "Don't leave the plane! This is not a good idea. You're gonna die." So it was a very interesting experience. I didn't repeat it, but actually, I would say that the really weird thing about me is that when I'm swimming in a deep lake, which always is connected with this, that the water is sometimes a bit darker than
Yeah.
usually. So, and it is always since I was a kid. I've got this little thing behind my head that under this water, somewhere down, there is a water monster which is gonna grab my feet, and I can't get rid of this feeling. I'm not adult, and I've got this uh, full
Trust me,
conscious.
that's not a weird fact. Trust me, I literally have watched every episode of Supernatural style of series. And I too, by the way, my friends never tell me how deep a water is because they know I would back out. If it's anything over 10 meters, I don't like to get in. So they don't tell me. And I did swim into something that was 200 meters deep. It was this huge lake. Not 200, maybe about 100 meters. Sorry, I exaggerated there a bit, but it was dark, and they don't tell you till you get to the center.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, you know what? You're swimming where it's about 100 meters." In my head, I was going, Loch Ness's brother or sister is somewhere below my feet right
For
now.
sure, for sure. Yeah, and especially in Poland, in lakes, you've got these water weeds, like this stuff. And when I accidentally touch it with my leg, honestly, I feel like something is grabbing me. And the next step, I'm not gonna survive, etc., etc. I swim really fast.
I can imagine you. I can imagine you as the fastest person swimming in there, also with your amazing amount of athleticism. I can imagine you going, okay, I'm just going to stroke all the way through, and just I'm done. I'm done with it.
Still, let's not exaggerate too much. I'm not that extreme, and I'm not that athletic. I just like it. It gives me a lot of pleasure, and that's
Awesome,
all.
awesome. By the way, what is your proudest moment? This is where we get into that lovely, lovely moment of this interview. What is your proudest moment in life?
I was again thinking about it, and I'm I realized that I'm in a quite happy place, that I've got plenty of these moments, actually. Because, for example, I would say I'm kind of growth junkie,
Yeah.
and I appreciate also in personal life, but also in business life with it. So basically every day, for example, my team exceeds some expectations and results or something. At this moment, I am very, very proud. And same about people who are close to me, when I see they are personally growing, so they, I don't know, somehow reconnect with themselves, or discover some fact about themselves, and they fix it. And this is something you see, and wow, it's kind of thanks to me, because I was, the person to talk to and to challenge some thoughts and the stuff. But on the other hand, it is really impressive that people are able to blossom that way, and to achieve much, because it takes you
Awesome.
costs a lot of effort. So this is really kind of also a great fuel for me, to feel nice energy and stay happy.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so much, Marta. It was amazing speaking with you. I'm looking forward to actually catching up with the whole team, catching up with, what's happening with Selsey post this interview, of course, and what's going to come up in Q1 2021. For now, everybody, thank you for joining us. I look forward to having many more BTTs along with you. If you have someone you'd like to be interviewed in the future, please do drop your name into the comments or into a LinkedIn post to me or to my team at Insider. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great time.